gingerbread tea light. Now, Amy sent me some pictures on my Facebook page wanting me to make some of these, so I did make a Halloween one. It was a little mummy. Also some pumpkins for Thanksgiving. So this is on the same lines as those. So you're not going to need very many supplies for this at all. You're going to need a wine glass. I got mine at the dollar store. Now mine is glass, but you can also buy these in plastic, so you do not have to use the glass ones if you do not want to. Some Mod Podge, also some glitter, and because I am making a gingerbread tea light holder, brown. Also have a paintbrush. I have 2 red buttons, and I have some ribbon. And also a little paint pen. Now on the paint pen, you do not have to use that. You can freehand it just with a brush and some paint. So that's going to be entirely up to you. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make a gingerbread tea light. Okay, getting started on our Gingerbread Boy Tea Light. You're going to need, of course, your wine glass here. We're going to set all of this over there. We don't need that for right now. Now the inside of this wine glass is what I'm going to be covering in the glitter. Because I am going to be drawing a face on the outside, I figured it was just easier to draw straight onto the glass than it was to draw over the glitter. So the inside is going to be covered in glitter, and then the stem on the outside will be covered in glitter as well. So let's just go ahead and get all of our Mod Podge on the inside of our wine glass. Now you do not need a very thick coat at all. Okay, so now that I have my thin layer of Mod Podge in my glass, I'm going to go ahead and add my glitter, but I'm just making sure that all the little areas of my glass are covered because I don't want a great big spot where no glitter is going to stick. So making sure everything is covered really well in there. Okay, awesomeness. Let's set that aside for a moment, and we're going to go ahead and just add our glitter. And I did get my glitter at Walmart, but you can get it anywhere. I'm going to put quite a bit in there because the excess I'm just going to put on my wax paper and pour back into my container there. So I'm just moving my glitter around in there, as you can see. Just going to cover, I'm just doing it slowly so I can use as much of the glitter as I can before I actually pour out the excess. And if you do miss a spot, it's okay. You can go back and cover that later when it dries and you can see it. I've done it before. It's gonna work fine for you. Okay. So I think that I've got pretty much covered in there really well. I'm just gonna pour out the excess. Now, as you can see the white Mod Podge, but when that dries, you will only be seeing the brown glitter. But now I'm gonna have that brown glitter look, but I'm gonna have that clean, nice glass surface to paint on. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the stem. Of course, you know, we have to cover the outside of the stem, but I'm not going to be drawing on this, so it's not gonna make a big difference. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing to my wine glass stem. I will be doing all of this and sit it down like this to let it dry. So the bottom, which is eventually going to be the top, you will have to do a last. Okay, so our stem is all covered in the Mod Podge. Going to go ahead and sprinkle this with glitter as well. And just like on the inside, if you miss a spot, you know, you can see that when it dries really well. You can go back and add more Mod Podge and glitter. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot of excess falling. That's why I use a piece of wax paper so I can easily pour it back into my container. Put a little bit more here because I missed the edge just a little bit. But that's the beauty of this. You can just add it as you need it. So, no big deal. Yes, Jingles, I hear ya. Yeah, I hear ya. Okay. Just gonna finish this up. Now, we've got to wait for this to dry. Now that's going to take a little while. So, you know, when it's really, really dry to the touch, then you can continue and also do the same thing to the very bottom of your glass, because like I say, it will be the top. So anyway, I'm gonna let this dry really, really well. Okay, so our wine glass is all dry, and see how pretty that turns out. Just, oh, nice and sparkly and looks like a gingerbread boy. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get our little bow ready. Now I've just tied a little knot in some ribbon. You can use any ribbon of your choice. I also have my 2 little red buttons here for the little rosy part of his cheeks. Now I'm going to take my cream paint pen here and go ahead and paint my little face on and get that all nice and ready, and then we'll have to let that dry as well. Now I've kind of gone ahead and just lightly sketched out what I want to do. Now it may take a couple of coats of the pen, but that's okay. And I just drew a little squiggly lines around to make his face. Now you can just go over that with your paint pen and like so. Now like I say, it may take a couple of coats, but you just follow your pattern. Now the reason I make my pattern first is because now I use a Sharpie to do that, and it just wipes off of glass really easy if you do not let it dry. So if you make a mistake, go ahead and get it off right away, and then you can just redo it. And it's so much easier when you've already kind of got a pattern to follow, and you know, you don't want to really erase the paint because it, you know, it's one of these little paint pens are about $3. So I hate to waste the paint. I'd rather just erase the little Sharpie. And you're just gonna follow that around. And like I say, it's gonna take a couple of coats, but that's okay. Just let it dry really well in between coats. I don't know if you guys can see this really well, but it's kind of hard for me to do where you can see it. Maybe that's a little better. See, you can already see the outline of his face. Isn't that oh so cute? And thanks to Amy for sending me these pictures. Now I just kind of looked at the picture. I don't know exactly how it was done originally, but I just kind of went with the flow there and kind of figured out what I was going to do myself. So you know, that's a lot of my crafts when I just look at a picture and think, oh, I can do that, and now how am I going to do it? And then just go from there and figure it out. Let's go ahead and fill in his little mouth here. Cute, cute. Okay, where's the end of his mouth? There it is. Okay, now we're gonna let this dry. I'm gonna go over it again in the paint pen after that dries really well. Okay, so the paint for the little face and the mouth, I did have to add a couple of coats on here. Just take your time in between the coats and let it dry really well. Gone ahead and added one of the eyes and outlined the other one. I just use a Sharpie to do this. And you're just gonna make your little oval shape and then fill it in with the Sharpie. That's the easiest way that I have found to make little eyes on glass and plastic. So I just like to use the Sharpie. Oh, so cute. Now this may take a couple of coats as well. Just when it dries really well, you can tell where you've where you have missed a spot. So you can fill it in a little while. Now we're going to add the little whites to the eye, and I'm just going to use my paint pen again to do that. Let me turn it around so I can kind of see them. You're just going to make a little dot with your pen, like just make a little dab right there, and we're gonna put one right there. And like I say, this may take a couple of coats as well. Okay, but you can kind of tell what's going on here now. We're gonna go ahead and add his little red buttons for his cheeks. Oh, so cute. Got my glue gun back here. Just going to put a little bit of hot glue right on the button. I'm gonna attach it to his little face right there. Okay, oh, so adorable that is. And the other button. Let me see, I want to kind of get these even. So let me turn them around and look at him. Okay, well, that's pretty even. Okay. So there's those little cheekies. Oh, so cute. And we're gonna go ahead and attach this little bow right here. Put some hot glue on that as well. Love me some hot glue, y'all. Okay, kind of want to get that centered there between his little eyes and his cheeks. And hold that for just a second. Okay, now to finish up your little gingerbread tea light, you may want to go ahead and spray it with a clear acrylic sealer for his little face and for the glitter on the outside. That's entirely up to you. But we're gonna go ahead and add the little tea light here. Now I do use just a battery operated tea light. That way things are nice and safe there. And oh, so cute he is. So thank you, Amy, for sending me a picture of this little guy. And I do have several more of these to go. There's a Santa and a Grinch and a snowman. So several more to go. But I absolutely love the little wine glass tea lights, especially this little gingerbread boy. Okay, I hope that you enjoy this little gingerbread boy tea light. I think it is oh so cute. If you guys make these and you follow me on Facebook or Instagram and you make one, post a picture and send it to me. I'd love to see them. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye now.